You can travel by economy, you can travel by business class, you can travel by private plane, and you can own a private jet. I don't get anything, there is no benefit for me to travel in a private jet, for instance. I would prefer to travel in a regular plane, and you meet so many people.
That whenever you feel low, you bounce back maybe better next day or day after.
You can't live life by being on nasha all the time. Life is going to be good times, bad times. When it comes to work, if you don't learn from the bad times, that is a thing which people don't do. मैं क्या करूं? उसने किया, मार्केट खराब हो गया, लेकिन उससे कुछ सीखने को मिल रहा है. सो मैं अच्छे काम करते जा रहा हूँ. जिस दिन तकलीफ आती है ना, हम सोचते हैं कि मैंने इसके लिए इतना काम किया था, लेकिन वो मुझे मदद कर नहीं रहा है. लेकिन वो कर्म आपका कभी छूटता नहीं. Somebody else helps me beyond my imagination, जिसको मैं कभी मिला ही नहीं था. Because that also I believe is a part of karma that I am belief of. And many times in my life I have realized that my karmas have paid me disproportionate returns. I think the learning of people is not in a habit of people. ये habit को incorporate करने की जरूरत है.
Hi everyone, welcome to a new episode of my podcast, and today I have with me Dr. Niranjan Hiranandani sir, who is co-founder and managing director of Hiranandani Group. We are going to sit down with sir, understand his career principles. We'll also understand the mindset that he has developed over the years and how you can also develop the same. Do stay till the end क्योंकि ये episode काफी exciting होने वाला है. Hi sir, welcome to Growthcast podcast, and it's a privilege to have you here with me in this room. And before I start my set of questioning, just want to say that I have massive respect for what you have done over years, and would like to start with one thing that has stuck with me while I was doing my research. You have told that your personal expenses have not changed in last 15 years and you remain frugal even till today. So what is the mindset behind this and how you maintain this frugality throughout?
Well, I don't know whether you call it frugality, because ultimately it's a mindset.
Right.
What do you need in life? And there is no end to what your needs can go.
Right.
You can have you can travel by economy, you can travel by business class, you can travel by private plane, and you can own a private jet. Uh, I don't get anything. There is no benefit for me to travel in a private jet, for instance. I would prefer to travel in a regular plane, and you meet so many people.
Right.
So for me, once your mindset is clear that I don't need to go or don't want to go, even if I can afford to go by a private flight, I'm not even interested, and probably I don't even like to do it. So for me, those kind of aspirations are not needed. So let's say, for instance, I make a suit. Earlier days, I would be insisting and thinking, should I wear a Kanali suit? Today, I'm very happy to wear a Ray-Ban or something which is an Indian brand, as long as it looks good, it's styled well, and I'm quite happy with it. So I don't necessarily need a label to be what it is. So I think in every aspect of life, this has happened. So except for inflation, which obviously means I have to pay a little more charge for whatever was existing 10 years, 15 years ago, I don't think much of it is changed in terms of my needs as there. Also, I think also important that your spouse is in that mindset also,
Right.
because ultimately she governs the house. So all that and more is already there with me.
Got it. So I like to double down on this. So a lot of people watching my content are working professionals, and generally what happens is that initially at the start of your career, ज़्यादा money mindset ही रहता है, because you are only looking at I have to switch to the next job, I have to just look at salary jump. So if somebody who is 23, 24-year old watching this episode, what kind of mindset they should be looking at for having a sustainable career?
So at 23, 24, it's a different ballgame completely, because you're starting your life and there is a lot of aspiration board that you would like to have, and there is some minimum standard that you really want to achieve. There's no end to that goal. So as long as you have been able to move up the value chain in order to take care of your needs and a little more, take care of your health, a little aspiration, a little holiday, a little travel, naturally, even when I started my business, I was aspirational. Money was extremely important to me at that point of time and that age. I can understand the mindset of the person. Person doesn't have a house, so you want to save for that house. You want to invest into buying an apartment and things like that. Till then, aspiration mode is needed. In fact, you must have it. But you can't go on and on in life only with that mode, because then what really happens is that your whole life is transactional.
Right, sir.
It's not complete. Life which is purely transactional can never be complete. Uh, Almost it's like the Trump effect today.
Right.
For him, every relationship is transactional. It doesn't suit my mind. At the end of the day, you have to have a feeling of achievement, a feeling of satisfaction. Of course, you need the money. I'm not trying to discount the need of money, for it is there. But there is too many other things which also become more important in your life. So while you don't have adequate money or the need of money is there, it's fine. But after that, there is no end to what your needs can become. So I think I have reached a level wherein I feel I don't need anything more in terms of increasing needs for myself.
Right. Right, sir. Very rightly said. So that is there. That is why there is a concept of needs, wants, and desire. You have to
Absolutely,
figure out.
absolutely.
Sir, I'll double down also on one piece. This is personal to me. I keep on asking with guests where I know that there is lot of wisdom that can come my way. Is that when you are in hustling phase, say 20s, 30s, 40s, there are some compromises that you make on your personal front as well, be it cutting time down from the time that you would be giving to your parents because they are also aging, or a spouse. So for me personally, there is always a guilt that I am not giving proper time to them. So how can one deal with such kind of guilt at the same time be mission oriented?
When you care for somebody, you will always stretch out, no matter what it is. And caring is not necessarily in terms of money. So if it is not necessarily in terms of money, the rest of it, you will always find some time to take care. And some needs to be taken care of people. I was, of course, the reverse, which is I was too attached to my father. Should I tell you a joke?
Yeah, please.
So the joke goes like this, that my wife, till my father was alive, used to say that when Niranjan was born, the doctor cut the umbilical cord with the mother, but forgot to cut it with the father. So my attachment was the other extreme of life.
Right.
But at the same time, I had my work, so I was also very busy. But I always found time to connect with my father, mother, and all the other people of the thing and see that their needs are fully taken care of, and to give a ear, make a phone call if you're not able to meet them, find out what is there, are they being looked after, are they well with their medical stuff and things like that. So it's not necessary that there may be compaction where your job may be very far away from your parents, but taking care of them is extremely important. And if you don't do it, your own children will never do it to you. So I think you have to set a reasonable precedent out of selfish reason that if you look after your parents, then I think your children will also see that part of it, that you cared for them also.
Right.
But obviously, in this day and time when locations are different and there are various other compulsions, you can't take care of them as much as you would have liked to.
Right.
But parents understand, and that caring part of it is understood very well. And your problems in terms of difficulties that you can't do so much beyond something,
Right.
it can be understood by the parents too. They are also equally understanding there.
Right, sir. Because I was also doing one podcast with Subrato Bakshi, sir, and he told very similar thing that you told. He told in last 10 years of your parents' life, give them same time and energy that they gave you in initial 10 years of your life, because that is where
Well, it's not possible to do as much.
Right.
But I think if you have that connect and that care, you will automatically be able to reach out to the best of your ability.
Right.
And abilities of different people at different points of time will be different.
Right.
And the needs of the parents also will be different. In some cases, the parents are very healthy.
Right.
So you don't have to really take care of them so much, but they still need your love and affection.
Right.
So I think there is a balance to each person, and the need-based situation where sometimes You have to leave everything and go and see to and take care of them. But I think in this world and time, we know how to make a balance if you want to.
Right.
The problem is, if you really don't want to, then there is very good excuse not to take care of anybody.
Right.
And that is care of your own family also. So I think beginning needs to be made by everybody.
Great, sir. So I will now shift to working professionals group, and I like some wisdom from your side that will help them in their career. So one challenge that everybody faces is at some point in your career you feel high, at sometimes you feel low. So what is the mechanism that you have developed over this astonishing career of yours that whenever you feel low, you bounce back maybe better next day or day after?
You can't live life by being on nasha all the time. You can't be on a high all the time. Life is not like that. Life is going to be good times, bad times, equal times, unequal times. Oh, I don't think that is going to happen all the time. When it comes to work, you will have the lows of your work, which may be nothing to do with you, but the business in the company is not doing so well.
Right.
Or there may be other situations where you have a problem or handicap in order to attend to those things. Those are in fact the learning times of yourself. Because when you actually handle bad times either of your own self or of the corporate entity that you're working with, that is the time where you actually learn the best.
Right.
Because when you go to any other company in the future or you really set up your own entrepreneurial skills afterwards, it is these downsides which actually teach you the most.
Right.
If you ask me, Niranjan Hiranandani, what is your best learning? It is the ability to handle difficult times, challenging times, and impossible times. So I'm Niranjan Hiranandani, capable of myself, not because the market was very good or that the times were very good or everything was hunky dory. No, 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 no. I have become good simply because I've had 40 bad times. And those 40 bad times has taught me how to handle those bad times. और ये सीखने के बाद आपकी फैमिली लाइफ में जो दिक्कतें आएंगी ना, वो भी आप संभाल सकेंगे. क्योंकि आप कॉर्पोरेट एंटिटी में डिफिकल्ट टाइम्स को संभाल लिए ना, तो जब आप घर में आपके तकलीफें आएंगे ना, वो भी आप कर सकते हैं. सो good times, bad times in everybody's life is bound to be there in the type of work that you do or the state of your family or your state of your company, all these type of things. But if you don't learn from the bad times, that is a thing which people don't do. मैं क्या करूं, उसने किया, मार्केट खराब हो गया, हमारे कॉन्ट्रैक्ट कैंसिल हो गया, इसलिए कंपनी सब गिर गई. लेकिन उससे कुछ सीखने को मिल रहा है. ये आप करिए. So if you don't learn from the bad times of what you have gone through, whether it is in your family or it is in the corporate entity or in the work or office that you are working into, उससे सीखने की बहुत ज़रूरत है. So I think my maximum learning in life has come where I have had problems, personal problems, health problems, difficulties in the office, difficulties with government agencies. All that has taught me a lot of things, which is what has made me what I am.
Right.
So I am because of all the difficulties that I've gone through. तो इसलिए जिसको भी तकलीफ है या आ रही है या कुछ है, उसमें एक ही बात है कि आप इसमें से हम क्या सीख रहे हैं.
Right, sir.
कल उठ के ऐसे प्रॉब्लम्स आए तो हम उसको कैसे संभाल पाए, कैसे हम उसको मीट कर दें और ओवरकम दोज सिचुएशन. एंड दैट इज व्हाट मेक्स अ पर्सन कंप्लीट.
Right, sir.
इट्स नॉट द गुड टाइम्स अलोन.
Right, sir. Sir, I'll also double down on one important aspect. Like networking is a most hype word in today's era. If you look at people, mostly look at transactional basis. कि मैंने आपसे network कर लिया, I'll ask something from you, or maybe you'll ask something from me. But you have mastered the art of networking over a period of 40-45 years. So, what has been your secret mantra out there? How you look at connections, people, and then build those networks?
There are two parts of relationships that you have. The one is what you talked about, which is networking for the purposes of doing a transaction. मुझे कुछ बेचना है आपको, इसलिए आपके साथ हम संपर्क करते हैं और उसमें हम कुछ बेचते हैं, आप कुछ लेते हैं और vice versa when we do that transaction. That is one part. There's a second part to it. आप जब भी बात करते हैं ना, आपसे हम क्या सीख रहे हैं?
Right, sir.
What is it that I learn from you? People say, do you have mentors? I have 10 mentors. But I learn from the smallest of small persons. I go to a site, I'm taking a walk, and I say, ये problem का क्या solution है? You will not believe. The ordinary person on the site sometimes gives you a better solution than the big guys sitting in the office.
Right.
So the secret is that you don't only have relationship for the purposes of transaction, but also use the in networking, meeting, seeing, observing, reading for the purposes of learning from it.
Right.
So every time my target is I've sat with you today, आपने ये पॉडकास्ट कर ली, आपने इतनी बात पूछे, पर मैं भी आपसे कुछ सीख के जाऊंगा. I'll also find out from you कि what are the youngsters thinking? What is it that when I'm dealing with people of your age and time, how do they think?
Right, sir.
So at the end of the day, when I leave this podcast with you, I will also pick up something and I will remember कि आपने ये कहा था. So when I'm dealing with people of your age and time, I'll know that that is the thought process of that.
Right.
So it is the kind of the relationship or networking should not necessarily only use it for transaction, but use it actually to you know, gain from that thing. And there is a third aspect of it, जो सब नहीं कर पाएंगे. मैं आपको क्या दे के जाऊंगा
Right, sir.
दिल से? क्यों? मैं जब कोई कुछ चीज आपके पास मैं छोड़ के गया या कुछ करके गया या कुछ बोल के गया जिसमें आपको कुछ फायदा हो गया, 10 साल के बाद भी आप याद करेंगे.
Right, sir.
आप 25 पॉडकास्ट किए, आपको याद ही नहीं रहेगा 25 में क्या है. 2-5 का याद रहेंगे, 25वां आपको याद ही नहीं रहेगा. वो फॉस्टर किया था, 5 साल 10 साल के बाद आप भूल जाएंगे. मुझे कोई प्लेन में मिला, अभी मैं आ रहा था, तो उन्होंने मुझे रोका, साहब आप मुझे पहचानते हैं? मैं बोला नहीं. तो बोले मुझे 20 साल पहले मिले थे, मेरी प्रॉपर्टी थी जो आपने गाइड की कि आप ऐसे मत करिए, ऐसे करिए. मुझे तो वो, तो फिर मैंने बोला क्या किया? तो बोला मैंने फॉलो किया और मुझे बहुत फायदा हुआ. और वो आज भी याद है कि मैंने उनसे क्या बात की थी.
Right.
So the third part to relationship is to be able to give at the same time when you do. And the biggest way of giving is actually teaching. So I'm a teacher. I still teach today in various colleges. I go to IIM, I go to IITs, I go to BJTI, I go to colleges. I go to more than 14 colleges at least in a year. So when I teach, that's my biggest learning. वो हमेशा याद रह जाता है. तो जितने ज़्यादा लोगों को आप सिखाएंगे ना अच्छी बात या अच्छी चीज़, तो वो आपके पास ज़्यादा स्ट्रॉन्ग रह जाता है. सो giving, so it's not the transaction alone, it's not the mentoring alone, it's not the long term thing is there, but you leave something on the table, वो वापस आके आपको मिल जाता है. And it is my belief that that is a separate religious belief that I'm a karma yogi.
Right.
So मैं अच्छे काम करते जा रहा हूँ. जिस दिन तकलीफ आती है ना, हम सोचते हैं कि मैंने इसके लिए इतना काम किया था लेकिन वो मुझे मदद कर नहीं रहा है. मैं वो बोल रहा हूँ यार, इतने मैंने इनको मदद की, कुछ काम नहीं आ रहा है वो आदमी, लेकिन वो कर्म आपका कभी छूटता नहीं. somebody else helps me beyond my imagination, जिसको मैं कभी मिला ही नहीं था.
Right, sir.
Because that also I believe is a part of karma that I am in belief of. And many times in my life, I have realized that my karmas have paid me disproportionate returns. जितना मैंने किया है ना, उससे ज़्यादा मुझे मिला है. जहाँ मैंने निस्वार्थ से कुछ काम किया हुआ है ना, उसका इतना ज़्यादा मिल गया है कि मैं क्या बताऊँ आपको. मैं उसकी कहानी कहते जाऊँ ना तो उसकी अंत ही नहीं.
Right, sir.
So it's not just transactional relationships that are there. Relationships are far bigger, wider in that. And the moment you understand that, जिस दिन आप ये बात समझ जाओगे ना, तो आपकी you will be at a different platform completely. And younger people, I understand. At that age, even I would not have understood what I'm saying just now. But ये जो बात है ना, एक दिन हर एक को पता पड़ जाएगा कि ये बहुत सही बात है.
यस सर, वही कर्मंदे वद्दु कारस्ते माफिलेशु कदाच. नहीं, आई थिंक वो बहुत सही चीज़ आपने बताई कि बेसिकली इफ़ यू कीप ऑन डूइंग गुड डीड्स तो आपका पूल बनता जाएगा. इट डजंट मैटर कि उस पूल में कौन हेल्प कर रहा है, ओवरऑल पूल विल समहाउ हेल्प यू आउट
Disproportionately.
disproportionately.
Yes.
Right, sir. Sir, one thing that audience would also like to learn from you, you must have dealt with tough people. So what is the framework for your negotiation strategy? Because if I look at working professionals, so life may they negotiate generally two times. One is discussion with your manager when it comes to salary. Second is switching for jobs. But negotiation as a art, very few people can master it, but you have mastered it over the years. So how you look at negotiation? Is it a win-win for both, win-lose for both? How you perceive it?
I'm not very good at what you're saying because we have people working with us for 20, 30, 40, 45 years and they are still working with me.
Right.
So that type of negotiation as a boss, very little I have to do. Yes, at the time of salary and other things, there are negotiations which do take place as far as that is concerned. But we have probably one of the most lowest attritions in the country in our company.
Right.
And we give a lot of opportunity for young people to actually stand out
Right.
and take leadership roles. So I don't have that knowledge of hard negotiations which are there as far as this is concerned. But yes, the younger people who are not dealing with me and dealing more with the managers tend to switch jobs much faster.
Right.
But we have also found out that those who stick to the job
Right.
and learn the domain knowledge of what they do, the value proposition after 5 and 10 years which they become is something which you cannot seem to be believed.
Right.
कि वो साधारण था, हमारे कंपनी में 5 साल 10 साल काम किया, उसकी डोमेन नॉलेज इतनी ताकतवर बन गई कि he or she was 4 times of 10 times what he was when he entered the company.
Right.
Because it's not just it's like this. You're ordinary, you're good, you're better, and then you become great. We find that those people who stick to a domain and work and learn every day and stick to move to the next level, where the company, of course, should encourage that activity. If the
Right.
company doesn't encourage that activity, then you better switch jobs.
Right.
That's okay. But if the company is growing, then you better try and think of how it would be to stick to that job and become a thoroughbred professional in that company.
Right.
Because that creates a different type of activity. And so you find many such companies in India where they don't switch from. In the American companies, the idea and style is very different. In many of the American companies, it's a hire and fire system.
Right,
If
sir.
you don't perform this quarter, you go home.
Perform or perish. Yeah.
You form a parish, which is not the style which our companies and corporate entities work. We have long-term relationships and we go through dips of 3 months, 6 months, which have problem. But those are the ones who then know that ये कठिनाई के थ्रू हम गए हैं, तो अभी और भी मेहनत करके इसको कैसे भी हमको निकालना है. So that is the time where we do find the advantages to be there. So yes, if you're good at your negotiations, you will keep on growing. But at some point of time, you can't over-negotiate
Right, sir.
because then you may get a job, but then the expectations of performance at the next level of job may be so high and you may have pitched yourself so wrongly that you could be then out of job also. So I think there is a positive and negative of hard negotiations in terms of salary intakes. But opportunities are great in the future and there are new opportunities which are coming up. But there is a big change. What I find today different than what used to be before is the fact that many people think just because मैंने ये काम किया है, इसलिए मैं next level पर जा सकता.
I deserve it.
Things are changing very rapidly. For instance, if you don't incorporate AI in your learning, I think in the next 5 years, you will be out of your job because somebody who can use AI in your learning professional is going to beat you. So, मेरे अंदाज से, I think the learning of people is not in a habit of people.
Right, sir.
ये habit को incorporate करने की जरूरत है. I am also learning AI. So it's not about and how to use AI. I'm not learning AI as a subject. I'm learning how to use AI in the management of what I do. So everybody will have to learn. Similarly, marketing trends are changing. You cannot do marketing the way you did before. Research in the real estate side, what we did 30 years ago, the way we are working today is totally different. Which means the person working with us, if he or she is not learning, is actually will be going down, and there will be somebody else who will come and move up the value chain. So learning, 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 and learning.
Right, sir. So you told कि attrition is at a very low number for your organization, but अगर startups को देखें, so they dabble with this problem of attrition where you see 30-40%, maybe 45% attrition, where generally reason given is कि ours and founders mission and vision is not aligning, hence we are leaving the organization. So if any early stage founder is watching this, what are some of the steps that they can take to ensure कि attrition is tackled and at least they are learning from the best, that is you?
There are two types of challenges. One, sometimes it's better to get younger people when you're doing a startup because you need to innovate faster than actually execute. Then you come to a second stage where execution is more important than just the conceptual stage. At that stage, you cannot have fast attrition. You have to get people to be stabilized.
Right.
The initial stage is a creative stage. So if the person is not part of the creative process, it is better he leaves. Nothing wrong with strong attrition. So if I am a startup in a particular field and I find the people who are with me, young or old, are not really contributing to the creative process to bring it to that level, it's better that person leaves and let's get somebody else who will actually put in the bit. But when you start the execution place, then you need somebody who will hold on. You cannot afford to do it. So let's say, for instance, Zomato deliveries are there. The first part of it was creative. They could have huge attrition to it. Then you come to the execution. The management of that needs to be stable. The people who deliver can keep on changing every morning. That's okay. But here at this stage, those who actually run the whole thing have to be a very stable group because that continuity has to be done. So there will be stages in various types of companies which are startups, which at a certain beginning stage, it doesn't matter if you lose people because in fact, it doesn't make a difference to them because they're also picking up from you as a person. And if you're not able to contribute and you go away, it's okay. Maybe somebody else will contribute better than what you are.
Right.
So I would also like to do. And there are segments today, even in the mature businesses, where we want younger people. So creative ideas. Let's say, for instance, social media. Social media, you need the younger people. You can't have an older person who's 60 to think he can do social media as effectively as a 30-year-old. It's not possible because they're not familiar, they're not comfortable, they don't have those ideas and missions and all that stuff. So you need younger people to think through those ideas.
Sir, initially you also talked about when we were discussing importance of learning. But what I feel through my interaction with working professionals is that everybody is only looking for their next big opportunity. Upskilling is something that people are right now not prioritizing. But as rightly told by you, कि AI next 5 years में चीजें transform कर देगा. So when we talk about upskilling, how you look at and how you have upskilled yourself over the years, like you rightly told कि अभी आप भी खुद AI learn कर रहे हैं how to use it to become more productive.
हमारे देश में ये कठिनाई है. जो लोग स्कूल और कॉलेज पास कर लेते हैं ना, तो वो सोचते कि अब को सीखना अभी पूरा हो गया, हमें ग्रेजुएशन बन गई और अभी तो हम नौकरी में काम करते हैं और जो हमारे पास ज्ञान है वो ही चल जाएगा हमारी जिंदगी पर. दिस इज सो इनकरेक्ट दैट एनीबॉडी हू नाउ थिंक्स लाइक दैट विल बी आउट ऑफ जॉब वेरी सून. There is no way by which, whether you are a CEO, whether you are a CXO, whether you are at a lower level, मेरे अंदाज से this learning is extremely important. And what we are seeing that those who are learning are the only persons who will move up the value chain, and all the rest of them will remain where they are, or they will be out of jobs. So in the next 5 years, this is critical in every field of activity. No matter what that activity is, this change is happening. So पहले ये चल जाता था कि हम शिक्षण नहीं कर रहे हैं, पढ़ाई नहीं कर रहे हैं, नई बातें नहीं सीखते हैं, तो हम कैसे भी चला लेते थे और चल जाता था, क्योंकि हमको इंक्रीमेंट भी मिलता था, हमारे कंपनी की तरक्की हो रही थी और सब हो जाएगा. Today, I believe at least 30% of all the jobs in the next 10 years will be based on improved learning
Right, sir.
in every field of activity, whether it's accounts, whether it is marketing, whether it is production activity, whether it is designing, whether it is communication, everything has changed and will continue to make a change. एक मैं आपको कहानी कहता हूँ. मेरे पिताजी डॉक्टर थे, पद्म भूषण ENT सर्जन, बहुत प्रसिद्ध थे. 80 साल की उम्र में मुझे कह रहे हैं 6 बजे सुबह में कि मैं जर्मनी जा रहा हूँ एक नया ऑपरेशन सीखने के लिए. He was 80 years old and wanted to go to Germany to learn a new operation. So I said, Daddy, you're 80. How can you even think of doing that thing? So he said, but I must learn. So I said, what operation? He said, ear surgery. I said, you have written a book on cancer surgery and who is this doctor? So he said, Dr. Plester from Germany. I said, Dr. Plester? He's 15, 17 years younger to you. And he had come 10 years ago to learn from you
Right.
the cancer operation of the thyroid. So he said, yes, same person. I'm going to go to Germany. Even at 80, Padma Bhushan, Dhanvantari Award winner, one of the best surgeons in India, went to Germany at the age of 80 to learn a new operation.
Right, sir.
Today, in the last 25 years, you didn't need to be like that. In the next 5 years, you will have to learn.
Right, sir.
Let me give you one more story, which has nothing to do with the category of people who are working with you, who are connected with you. In construction area, we have unemployment. But today, India is 2 million skilled construction workers short. 2 million, 20 lakhs construction workers short. And कौन से? सुथार, प्लम्बर, इलेक्ट्रिशियन, वायरमैन, पेंटर, मार्बल लेयर, ये सब बाकी है. जो if they only learned for 6 months a particular skill, they will earn 3 times the salary, and jobs are begging.
Right.
Company like L&T have 25,000 skilled workers short today.
Right.
One company. But people are not learning. तो उनको वो 1/3 salary मिल रही है.
Right.
So, but now that is which is there in the construction sector, in that sector. In the next 5 years, this is going to happen in those who are skilling themselves better, learning better, improving themselves better will get more salary, and those who will not do the learning will be out of jobs.
Right.
तो ये नए कैटेगरी बन रही है. Those who are learners and those who are non-learners.
Right.
So you either get into the first category and you will continue to rise because opportunities of rising are going to increase because the growth of India is there. And the other category which does not want to learn, मैंने इतना सीख लिया, अभी कुछ नहीं है, मुझे इतना अनुभव है, मैंने 3 साल 4 साल ये कंपनी में काम किया, बहुत अच्छा है, कंपनी का प्रॉफिट बहुत ज़्यादा है. कंपनी का प्रॉफिट ज़्यादा है पर आपकी प्रॉफिट कम होने वाली है.
Right, right, sir.
So it's a different ball game completely. So I think when I said learning, I meant learning of all kinds. And whether you're a CEO of the company or you're, an apprentice in the whole thing, ये आपको सीखना ही पड़ेगा. दूसरा कोई राय नहीं.
ये very rightly said, sir, because I was going through Niti Aayog की services sector report. They also told कि white collar professional, especially in services sector, 30 to 40% jobs will be impacted by AI by 2030. So if you are not upskilling, then there is challenge. So one thing that people who are say in their career between say ages of 40 to 50, they also feel challenge, and I have been interacting with quite a few folks कि यार हमारी सैलरीज बहुत ज़्यादा आ गई हैं, AI के चलते now efficiency is kicking in, और यहाँ पे ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में रीऑर्ग भी हो रहा है because of what's going on in US, especially if you are working in services sector. So if somebody who is at that stage of career where you are a C-level professional, your salaries are also inflated, how you can stay relevant in the job market and ensure कि एटलीस्ट जब अगर कुछ आपके साथ बैड होता है तो एट सारी चीज़ें आपकी एकदम बैक फुट पे ना चली जाए.
So, two parts. The first part is learning additional skills, and that is available not only in AI. Baki bhi skilling in each of the domains, there is an ability to skill yourself. ये पहले जमाने में करने की जरूरत नहीं होती थी.
डेलीगेशन करते
डेलीगेशन होती थी, यंगस्टर्स को लेके आते थे किया. Today, if your salary is that high and you are not upskilling, the corporate entity will see that it is easier to get that work done from a junior than from you.
राइट.
So you have to be able to align yourself with the corporate benefit and skill yourself differently in order to still have that job. Broad base your skills.
राइट सर.
So it's not necessarily in domain. You should be then be able to handle projects. You should be able to handle problems of the company. So if you're at that level of salary and you are wanting to remain there also, forget increasing
Right.
salary because you already overpaid at that particular skill because of your negotiation skills, you have moved faster. But there are ways by which you can still see to it that you learn in order to see what is the objective of the company, where are the problem areas that are there, can I pick up better in that area. When you do all that and you align yourself with the objective of the company and the purpose of the company, then you will remain relevant,
राइट.
and hence you will be able to stay there. But otherwise, if you think that मुझे कुछ और extra करने की ज़रूरत नहीं है, तो I don't think that will survive in the next 5 years. The second part of it, of the services that you talked about, even in that segment, learning is possible. So if you're at a particular level and you work for 10 years in that particular thing of the thing, the new skills are available. And yesterday it was difficult to learn.
राइट सर.
Today it is possible to go on online courses, to be able to do all those learnings are there and they're all available to you. So I would say something 10 years ago was not easy to learn. Post-COVID, everything is online. So learning is not so difficult today as it was before COVID.
राइट.
So you don't have that excuse कि मैं कैसे सीखूं. ये बहाना वो खुद के लिए ठीक है कि ये बहाना है कि मुझे ये नहीं है, मुझे समय नहीं है, ये बट रियलिटी में ये बात सही नहीं है. You can learn and there are possibilities to do it, and there is enough online material available in every subject for you to move up the value chain.
Got it. Sir, you might have met and interacted with hundreds of folks. अगर आप किसी से बात करते हैं, interact करते हैं, what are certain things that show you कि इसमें कुछ flair of success है, या maybe this person is really well, या is can do well, जो potential दिखता है. So what are those things when you evaluate someone, when you talk?
It depends on what level you are talking.
In general, if you're meeting
In general, the first is, of course, the domain knowledge.
Okay.
So at the level at which you are speaking about jobs, I think the ability and the capability of knowing the domain perfectly, that's the thing. At a very senior level, we see, look at it differently. We see how many problems they have faced and they have solved. If they're just riding the wave,
right,
and
sir.
वो हमेशा वो अच्छे
गिर जाता है.
काम में कर रहा है और उसके ऊपर चल रहा है, then they don't have the capacity to handle situations. So at a very senior level, difficult projects, has somebody done a difficult project? Have they handled situations which have changed? Have you been able to do change management of the company or of the institution that you are handling? So at a higher level, we'll try to see how the ability of the person to face difficult situation and those type of things are more important when we interview at that level. But the rest of them, we are more particular that the domain experience and knowledge is more important at the operational levels. So we see that much more.
Got it. Sir, one more thing I would like to learn from you is context switching, because you are into education, you are into hospitality sector, you are into real estate, you keep on meeting so many people. So जब आपका दिन भर के interactions होते हैं तो एक context दूसरे context से एकदम drastically different रहता होगा. So how you have developed a mental model or framework कि यार इस conversation से अब next में I am going. So this is the context. Do you read a lot, or do you maybe do some preparation from your end when you go into the different conversations?
I think the major thing is that whatever you are doing at the moment, you focus. You are 100% into that. उसके बाद आसपास पे क्या है, बारिश हो रहा है, एक बर्थडे पार्टी आने वाली है, ये हमारे माइंड में कभी रहता नहीं है. You are then fully immersed into that activity. So focus is very important. If you know how to focus, and when you get out of it, you go into that other subject and you are fully immersed into that subject. There's no gray area between one and second. So you must be fully focused on whatever work you are doing. दूसरी बात ये है, I love all the jobs.
Right, sir.
So I love my real estate, I love my education, I love my interaction in health, I love doing a podcast. So everything I do, I love. नहीं तो नहीं करता.
Right, sir.
करने की जरूरत भी नहीं पड़ती हमारे लेवल पर. हमें खुशी नहीं हो तो हम नहीं करेंगे. तो ज्यादातर हम करते हैं. There is another part of it which is called discipline. So one is focus and the second is discipline. हमें कुछ नई चीज करना है. I become weak due to some sickness. I have to again build back my health. You must eat properly.
Right,
You
sir.
must exercise properly. You must be disciplined. So one is focus at that point of time, and the second is discipline on that subject. कोई भी नए सब्जेक्ट आप करने को जाएंगे ना, कठिन होता है.
Right.
There's little difficulty. कुछ भी नए करना जाएंगे, नए प्रोजेक्ट टाइप होगा, कुछ you want to change the syllabus of your colleges, education, university, other thing. There is a वो उस समय जरा डिफिकल्ट होता है. That point of time you have to be disciplined कि नहीं, हर रोज आधे घंटे इसके ऊपर
Then.
काम करना ही है. वो सिर्फ फोकस की बात नहीं है, एक डिसिप्लिन रूटीन बनाना पड़ता है. इफ यू हैव टू एक्सरसाइज, यू मस्ट एक्सरसाइज एवरी डे. 1 घंटा नहीं करना है, आधे घंटे तो करना ही है. आई मस्ट एक्सरसाइज.
Consistency is key.
कंसिस्टेंसी, परसिस्टेंसी, वॉट एवर यू वॉन्ट टू कॉल इट, जो भी है. मैं डिसिप्लिन कह रहा हूँ, बट consistency could be the other word for it, or persistence can be another word of it. Regularity can be third word of it. आपको जो शब्द यूज करना है वो, it is all same.
Right.
But if you don't have that discipline, if you don't have that persistence to it, so you can't do one चमत्कार. ऐसे नहीं होता. कोई चीज में आप एक दिन में महारथी नहीं बनते.
Right, sir.
वो करते रहना, करते रहना, करते रहना, करते रहना, करते रहना. So if you talk to अमिताभ बच्चन, 100 मूवी करते हैं, हर 100 मूवीज कोई सक्सेस नहीं हो रहा है, पर उनकी वो 100 करते हैं इसलिए 10 का सुपर डुपर हिट आते हैं.
Right, sir.
लेकिन वो 100 करते हैं. इस उम्र में, 80 साल के उम्र में भी वो
He's showing up every
he is showing up every day. He is going to कौन बनेगा करोड़पति, and he still continues to do that. That is discipline. That is regularity. So one is focus and the second is discipline, regularity, punctuality. जो भी आप शब्द तो यूज करें, अलग अलग शब्द अलग अलग
Meaning same है.
मीनिंग एक ही है कि आपको रेगुलरली रोज करना है. आप उठे तो पहले वो कर लो. And I think these are two things if I do. And third, I enjoy my work. So वो सबको नहीं होता. अभी मैं क्या बोलूँ, लोगों को बोलता हूँ कि भाई you must enjoy your work. बोलते हैं नहीं, this is work and this is pleasure. For me, work is also love and pleasure.
Right.
वो लोग I don't know, it's very difficult. I try to explain people, but वो समझ के बाहर है. I love what I do.
आपने वर्क लाइफ बैलेंस को वर्क लाइफ इक्विलिब्रियम की तरह एस्टैब्लिश कर
नहीं, my work I love as much as I love my play.
या राइट.
So मुझे कोई इसमें कोई अंतर दिखता ही नहीं है. वो बोलते हैं कि you're going to work. अरे ये बहुत भारी होगा. मुझे कोई वो भारी नहीं दिखता है. और कभी कभी वो ऐसी जगह पार्टी होती है जहाँ बोलते हैं अरे ये उधर कौन होगा, जाना पड़ेगा, लेकिन आधे घंटे में मैं निकल आता हूँ.
Right.
So it is both ways. You may not like your fun time too much also, and you enjoy your work also too much. So दोनों तरीके से, and some places of course I party long also.
Right. So since you are here, so one question that everybody asks, I think आपने इसका आंसर दे रखा है, but I'll also ask, buying versus renting, what's your take on it? And since we are sitting in Gurgaon, here prices have inflated like anything. You have camellias at 100, 150, maybe very soon a billion, very soon. So I just wanted understanding from your end, if you're working professional, you have a decent salary coming in, how you should be looking at either buying or renting. What's your take on that?
In the beginning in life, you must rent because
Right,
you
sir.
don't have the capacity to buy. In India, we don't have much in terms of social help from the government after you retire.
Right, sir.
So you have to have a house. एक घर तो चाहिए. आपको गुड़गांव में नहीं लेना है, A grade property नहीं लेनी है, और कहाँ ले लो. But buy a house over a period of time. That is the biggest saving that you can do.
Right.
And you are able to get long-term loan. You're getting at lower rates of interest. You get EMI. You get a tax benefit. So I recommend that every youngster, after the first couple of years, must start investing not only in the capital markets but also to buy a house.
Right. sir.
So while renting is necessary, and most of the people will have to do that in the beginning of life, but buying a house is imperative.
Right.
लेना ही चाहिए, और वो बहुत बड़ी social security आपके लिए रहेगी when you grow up. These youngsters are not able to realize that today. What was the price of DLF 20 years ago? So if 20 years ago somebody had bought a DLF property, not at Camellias but other places,
Right.
it would have been affordable, and he would have got installments of 10 years, 20 years to pay, and he would have had a DLF property.
Right.
So similarly, you may buy elsewhere. You may even live in a rent house but buy a house
Right.
which you give on rent. But my recommendation is you should buy a house, rent in the beginning, but target to buy a house.
Right. So I'll come to the final question that I have. So would like to understand from you, what's your relationship with money, and at what stage money जितनी भी आगे आती जा रही है, it stopped mattering to you कि ठीक है अब इससे ज़्यादा जो आ रहा है, it's just money in the bank, it's not something which will drastically change the life.
It's a very difficult question because most of the people have an endless requirement of money.
Right.
No matter what he wants to become a Mukesh Ambani.
Right.
So कोई अंत ही नहीं है. At age 50, 55, my need for money ended, and I had sufficient money to live a comfortable life. After that, we have had huge growth. I've grown my business. It's not that the business has not grown, but my needs have not grown. And so while growth is taking place, I've been able to balance my needs to a very limited extent, thanks to my wife also.
Right.
We have, been able to taper our needs, and we don't need too much things more now anymore. So, but I understand that in the beginning of life, my need of money was huge because I needed to make money. I needed to have a proper quality of life for myself and my family. But उसका कोई सीमा नहीं रहता. And we have to learn. जैसे अब खाने की बात है. You have so much food. Do you want double? Do you want triple? Do you want 4 times? Can you eat it? Will you be healthy? No. So everything is about balance in life. And money, air. हमारे पास air है. As long as I'm getting clean air, not the type of polluted air you have around here. But otherwise, you have sufficient air, then you don't need more air. So you don't need more money for the sake of having more money.
Right.
More money is needed for growth of businesses, for charity, for all the other things and social activities that we do. But money is important because it fulfills a lot of need, and you must work towards it. But at a particular point of time, you have to say, this is fine with me. I don't need much more money for the sake of acquiring money. You may still make more money. That's okay. But you don't need it. And that's my philosophy.
Great. So it was great interacting with you and having you here. And sorry for the pollution. I think we as citizens of Delhi NCR also have to work towards ensuring that this is taken care of. But thank you so much, sir, for interacting and coming in.
My pleasure to meet you. Thank you.
If you like the episode, then press the subscribe button so that I keep on bringing more such meaningful content for you. मैंने सर की Instagram ID, LinkedIn profile description में भी डाल दिया है. If you want to connect or follow with him, you can do that right away. And do share this video with someone who might find it useful.